So it is now Tuesday. It's taken me a long time to do this little vlog, put it together. We're just talking about nutrition basically. So a little bit later in the video you'll see, I think it's 3 meals of mine. Just to give you an idea, I normally eat about 4 to 5 meals a day. I eat about 3,500 calories a day. All my nutrition was worked out by a company called M2 Performance Nutrition. So I eat exactly what they tell me to do in terms of my calorie intake, my protein, my fat and my carbohydrates. I use MyFitnessPal to track everything. So even like at times like this, or over the weekends and things like that where you're not maybe eating as structured, I still put every single thing into MyFitnessPal, and then towards the end of the day that tells me how many calories I've eaten, what I've got left, what there is left to do. Hey darling, you know it. And therefore I can then track it. So sometimes I have a bigger meal at night, and sometimes I have to have a smaller meal if I've pretty much eaten my full quota for the day. So I'm not suggesting that this is how everybody should eat. Obviously my nutrition is based off my age, my activity level, my weight. My nutrition is based purely off performance. So that was the instruction that I gave to them. It's not for any kind of weight loss or fat loss or anything else. So Emily as well, she tracks all her food as well, so her nutrition will be a little different from mine. Obviously maybe the number of calories and her breakdown depending on what she's eating for, what stage of the season she's in. But I think for most people it just gives you an idea really of the sorts of things. Obviously, you know, when I make my meals I don't make them to look particularly nice. I eat out of a bowl, I just chuck my food in and eat with a spoon, bit caveman. So, but you can easily track your food. I think that's a really simple thing to do. Anyone can do that. If you get MyFitnessPal, have a little look on that. Put all your food in. Most foods now have some kind of a barcode, so you can put that, scan it on your phone. It tells you exactly how much protein, fat, and carbs you've got in each meal, what the calories are. The only thing I'd be careful of is a few things over the time that I've been doing this, which is now about 1.5 years now, is that sometimes the information on the back of the packet, the nutrition breakdown, is different from what you scan on the barcode. Don't be confused, some things are cooked and the measurements are based off cooked and some are uncooked, so you need to look at that. And also, depending on where you buy your food from, the quality of that nutrition is massive. For example, when you look at porridge in particular, there's a big difference between a packeted porridge, if you just buy a large bag of oats, whether it's from, you know, one shop or another, it really varies. So you have to keep scanning. I still scan everything, you know. If you add any sauce, you should be counting that as well. I don't necessarily put in all my vegetables in because I try and eat, I mean, I'm not good at eating vegetables, so I just eat as much as I can with every meal. So yeah, definitely give it a go and see what you think. And especially at this time, you know, if you eat a chocolate biscuit, scan it, put it in, all right? Add it all up and see what you're eating. If you need any advice, you can obviously ask me anything you want. I'm not a qualified nutritionist in any way, but I do obviously take great interest in nutrition. So you can please feel free to ask us anything you want. Good morning, it's Thursday the 26th, so I thought I would video today my eating for the day, starting with breakfast. So every morning I have pretty much exactly the same thing. It starts with about 150 grams of oats. Then I add 1 scoop protein powder, and then 20 grams of peanut butter. It's whole earth. Then I just add the water, and then I finish off with some honey. So my daily target calories is just over 3,500 calories. That meal alone had about 842. Divided up, that's 46 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbohydrates, and 25 grams of fat. That's pretty much breakfast every day. So second meal of the day is normally white rice, but actually I've only got brown rice today. So uncooked, that's about 110 grams. If I pour that in now, you can see. And then in my pan, I have half a tablespoon of olive oil. And then 123, call it 125 grams of turkey. So I've got the turkey in there, just cooking with half a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I've shredded 2 carrots in there as well to get my greens, and then my rice is boiling away. So it's now around 1:30. That's lunch done. All in all, that meal itself came up to 1,114 calories. And then break that down, that's 87 grams of protein, 128 grams of carbs, and just 12 grams of fat. So the meal I have before I do any training has the least amount of fat in it, because fat slows down digestion. And I want to get all that into my system before I have to train. I'll probably train in about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. That gives it time to all go down. It's now actually Friday. I've just finished training, but my post-training nutrition is pretty much always the same. It's normally a banana or a piece of fruit. Today it's an apple and one of the barbell bars, so I get some sugary carbohydrates in straight away and some protein.